Let's create a histogram in SPSS. We have our variable of excitement, and we go into Analyze, Descriptive Statistics, Frequencies, Charts. This time along we select histogram, and then you can select Show a Normal Curve in Histogram. I usually pick this in the beginning of the analysis just because it helps to see if the distribution of the variable follows a normal distribution. All right, so you can see here this would be the ideal normal distribution, and we see, yeah, this variable is not normally distributed, and sometimes this line is more useful than others. However, if we wanted to use this for a publication, let me go back in here, we calculate it again, get back into charts, and we would deselect histogram, and now we get a more cleaner chart. And you notice we have this value here of 0, and actually 0 wasn't even an option. We asked the people to rate their excitement for statistics between 1 and 10, and we can then format our scales. Here we can scale the scale. This is now the y-axis, which looks alright. Let's look at the x-axis, and here we say, oh, the minimum is 0. We want to change that. We say we don't want this to be automatic. We want this to be 1. And you know what? Let's just say we want to go all the way to 10, and we don't want to go in increments of 2. We want to go in increments of 1. So let's apply this, and now this is a little bit neater, and it gives us a better overview of seeing, okay, all of these here, all of these values were possible. This is what we got, and you immediately see, okay, we didn't get a 5, and we didn't get any of the 7, 8, 9s, or 10s. So this is a way to do a histogram, and you might be wondering what's the difference between a histogram and a bar chart. Well, histograms, we usually use it to show a distribution of variables, whereas bar charts are usually used to compare variables. So histograms we usually use to plot continuous data, while bar charts are used to plot categorical data. Bars could be ordered around because there's not really an order in the different categories. And in bar graphs, you usually see that they're separate. The columns are separate from each other, where the histograms are not. But that is not always the case. Let me show you an example here. For example, bar charts with per capita income, we have New Jersey, New Hampshire, New York, and New Mexico. We could reorder these, right? We could say, okay, we can try to do it alphabetically, or we could go from high to low. Right here, we go from high to low. We could also go from low to high, didn't really matter. However, if we did a histogram, let's say here, we're doing a similar thing, but our variable now is a continuous variable, a quantitative variable that's continuous, it's age, and we created these categories. We would go in order of age, and we would not have the gaps between the categories. So this as an example for the difference.